Johnny, we had Nathan, we had Alex, we had Colin, we had Justin Matthews, we've had Joe Steer, now we got Dennis White. Dennis, good to see you, my man.
Good to see you, Andy. Good to be back.
What's the word tonight, Dennis White?
Oh, man, the word tonight is so much going on.
Homecoming week, man.
Yes, homecoming week.
Homecoming week.
The guys are excited, and you have three of the players representing Eastern that have done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And forward, Nathan, can't leave Nathan out the mix. The guest you had on tonight, Colin Smith, you know, that's near and dear to my heart because special teams were my specialty.
And Alex Gowda, his family from India, of all places.
Yeah,
his dad was a tennis pro. His dad is a tennis pro.
Wow.
Jag, J-A-G, Jag Gowda, the tennis pro down at the Old Forest or the old tennis club in Elon. His dad is a tennis pro.
Oh, wow.
Justin Matthews is looking at Lenore Ryan and some other colleges right now.
Yeah, and those guys that fit those guys' profile. Justin has become one of the premier receivers for Kamal Smith, although because everybody's blanking Nick Sheelan and Adam Aiken, so the coach is able to use Justin Matthews. And you and I saw them in their games during the summer.
Yeah, we talked about that, yeah.
And how they was doing the end around to Nick all the time. So they haven't done that with Nick Sheelan, they're doing it with Justin. Because everybody's looking for Nick Sheelan.
Justin had 2 TDs last week in the air, or receiving,
and one on the ground.
Yeah.
A great game for Justin Matthews and, Nick Shealy. That's his mother and father's hometown. They went to this school. You know, his dad was a top athlete at the school. And so Nick was able to get a lot of family cheers and a lot of family hurrah. So it's a good game for Easter last week.
Big win for Easter against Williams last week. Got a big game tomorrow against Southwestern. Homecoming game tomorrow night.
Homecoming tomorrow night. And Andy, you and I always talk about...
Senior year for Nathan, senior year for all these guys. Homecoming tomorrow night. Wow.
Yeah. And that's the thing that we always talk about, the pageantry of homecoming, the festivities. And it's a big time for a senior because that's almost your last big
What do you remember most about your homecoming game your senior year? Anything, memories from homecoming game?
Yes. The memories of my homecoming game was the coach told all of us that this is it for your seniors, your last spectacle. Go out, have fun, and enjoy it. And it set in that, oh man, this is it. The crowd, that's probably going to be the biggest crowd that you're playing. You're playing before all your peers. And we went out and we won the game. And
that's great.
The biggest memory I have of it is at the end celebrate with all of the bonfires. With the week leading up to it was big, man, because we did the bonfires.
I remember they used to have it for the Page Grimms game. They'd have a fire at Page, bonfire, and a fire at Grimms. They used to go to them both back in the day. Watch both the bonfires back in those days. It was interesting,
That was big, and they don't. It's not that glamorous like it was.
A lot of people think pep rallies are silly these days. The pep rallies are pretty good. They're pretty good.
And that's when you do your shenanigans with the other school. You take the mascot.
Yeah, they did a lot of that with Page Grimms. Yeah, they did. And their Page Grimms game wasn't homecoming. That was the big regular game.
The big regular game.
Yeah. So you remember the most about the homecoming? All the festivities, all the people.
All the festivities, all the people, and realizing that this is it. This is your last big spectacle. And so we went out, man, and we had a great game. I mean, we had a great game. We won that game, I think, over one of our
chief
rivalries, and it was a great game. I think we played. Matter of fact, Andy, I want to say, I'm not for sure, was it Langston? No, Langston was our last game.
Coach Roscoe.
Coach Roscoe.
Wow. If you played against him, that would have been huge. I remember my game last year, that senior year, that homecoming game. That was the night we played Coach Slayton's team, Southeast Guilford, beat those guys 17-14, and that's the night I got kicked out of the game.
Wow.
Yeah, I got kicked out that night. It's kind of a fun memory. Really.
Right, that's a fun memory.
I always told Coach Slayton, the best thing I think was, I got kicked out, but I left the game for us.
Right.
I took 2 guys with me. Right. I didn't take one, I took 2 out, baby.
And Coach Slayton told me to say hello. We had breakfast this morning. Johnny
How nutty is that, huh?
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
He said, make sure you tell in because
what restaurant was that again?
At McDonald's. One of our sponsors.
He likes that,
the McDonald's right
Coach
there.
Slayton.
Yeah, right in his neighborhood, in this area.
Interesting. How ironic is that?
I know it. And,
wow.
And I said, so you remember me saying, you look so familiar, I'm getting old too. I said, with Andy. Yeah, he said, he said, you tell my good friend Andy that you and I had breakfast and he missed it, and we got to get Andy the next time.
Yeah, man. That's good stuff.
He loved Andy Durham.
He's an Eastern Guilford man too, because that's where he finished up his teaching career.
Right.
Sure did.
Yeah. So that's a frequent place for him to stop by and get his breakfast, and we had a good conversation. You know, he's happy with what Southeast is doing now.
Yeah, Southeast and Eastern both.
And Eastern both. So he's the only guy in town that have two teams that is doing real well.
And he's a big mentor, proponent too, and a kind of a leader who helped out Lance Sockwell back in the day.
Wow.
Lance, the principal, he was one of Lance's leaders back, helped to get into Western Carolina back in the day.
Wow. And you know, and that means a big difference when you look back. It's all about relationships, and you know, I look back at the relationship that I established with you and Don, and how you allowed me to be on this platform. You know, you never know. Like I always tell Nathan, you never know who's going to be that one to give you that hand up to get you where you need to go, because we all need it.
You never know what you might do. Like I told Nathan, don't tell what he might be doing 10 years now, because he's done a lot of things already. He's been around a lot of interesting things.
Absolutely.
Had a lot of opportunities, good chances, took full advantage of those. But you know, you get those chances to make those contacts, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. So tomorrow night you'll be at the Southwestern Randolph game with Nathan tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. And then a couple of weeks from now, you guys are playing. I know you got Southeast in the schedule, plus Southern Alamance. That's going to be fun. Yeah, Easter's got the fun games coming up. Yeah, they have the fun games coming up, as you and I always talked about, Andy, to meet up the schedule. And this time of the year for your conference, these two games will determine how far you go in November, because these two teams, if you can somehow Eastern get by these two teams, that's going to put them in a good place in the brackets. Again, you know the road that they've had 2 years in a row. Yeah, we've been on that road. You and I have been on that
road.
I just talked to the kids about Clayton and Wilmington and about D.H. Conley, those teams they faced last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And they had a road. And the last game that you and I witnessed at halftime, we thought Eastern Gifford had that in the bag.
Got down to inside the 10-yard line, just could not get the ball in.
Could not get the ball in.
Wiz Vaughn took over late in the game, but I'll never forget those guys. Wiz Vaughn against New Hanover, then you got Devin Carter against Clayton, receiver.
That's right. Then you get D.H. Conley.
Neighbors, D.H. Conley, who's the quarterback in East Carolina this year.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. So each week they had a different foe of a giant that they had to go and contest, and Eastern Gifford held their own, you know, and until the last at the end, you and I on our travels went to one place, and the venue was another place.
Yeah,
you know,
Legion Field. Yeah, we thought we were going to Alabama for Legion Field. Yeah.
No, that was the ride. That was the ride.
Yeah, man. But it was interesting to look back at that now and see some of those places on TV that are now being flooded.
Oh, yeah.
We drove down those same streets. Yeah.
Those are the areas that you and I frequently visit, and even for baseball, the playoffs was down in that area for baseball. You and I, we did the Northern Championship game.
Right. Yeah. Five County Stadium, exactly.
Yeah. So all of that was down in near Dublin, the wine.
Yeah, that got hit hard. That county got hit extremely hard.
Wine turned back to water, I guess.
Yep, that's what the man said one time. I think it was one of those musicians said, "Lord, help me turn the wine back into water." Yeah. I can't remember who that was, that musician that sang this. Just good tune. What about A&T tonight? Got South Carolina State coming off a tough loss, Morgan State. A&T on TV tonight. They're home. They're on TV here at Kickback Jack. A&T Aggies, go Aggies.
A&T Aggies last week, and I think they fell into a mindset that happens. You win, you up for the big games, and then when you playing less competitive, you know, Morgan State was 0-3.
0-3. Now South Carolina State's 0-3.
South Carolina State is 0-3. I wouldn't want to play no more 0-3 teams. Absolutely.
Wow.
And those teams come in with nothing to lose. They want to defy. They want to defend.
They messed you up all those years. They messed you up back when you were struggling. They messed you up. Now they want to mess you up.
And that's the way it goes. Good point, Andy.
Yeah. You messed them up a couple of years. Now they're going to mess you up. How about this on the fast track trivia tonight, Dennis? The Eastern Guilford principal.
Stockwell.
Lance Stockwell it is. Athletic director.
Athletic director is Hackett.
Randall Hackett. How about the boys basketball coach?
Spinks.
How about the girls basketball coach?
I call her Shorty all the time from Page. Like is it Laura? What's it?
Shemaiah Harvey.
Shemaiah Harvey.
Yep.
Coach Harvey.
And the baseball coach.
I don't know the baseball.
Jay White. Jay White. Yeah. Top football player to come out of Eastern Guilford.
The Holt brothers.
The Holt brothers, Tori and Terrence Holt. The name of the stadium they play in in at Eastern.
Tommy Grayson.
Tommy Grayson Field, exactly. The MVP of the Panthers, your opinion question, MVP of the Panthers this year?
You have to be none other. It's kind of hard between Cam Newton. I go with Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Who's your other choice you were thinking about?
McCaffrey.
He's had a heck of a game.
He's had a great game.
Heck of a game. And Luke Kuechly's playing great too. He's playing all pro football.
He's playing cooking on all cylinders.
And a man who gets left out sometimes, the kicker Graham Gano's having a very good year.
Certainly is.
Yeah. We talked about this last week, 10 years. How about tonight, UNC and Miami? Who do you like in that game?
I like UNC.
They got the players back. They got the guys back.
I like UNC. They need it. They're struggling real bad. The program is sputtering. They need a big victory, but you're going against the U. It's going to be hard to beat Miami.
I think they're at Miami too, which makes it even more tougher.
Yeah, and
got Pittsburgh last week, but got Miami as a whole different animal.
A whole different animal.
How about NC-A&T? And certainly you take an A&T, I'm sure.
Yeah, go to A&T.
Let's get to these high school games. Let's go back on those right quick with this as we get to close out Kickback Jacks for a Thursday. Look at these over. How about the games this week? East Forsyth at Page.
That's going to be a great one. I think East Forsyth come in at 6-0, hadn't lost a game, and Page Pirates now with they're 3-4. Is that correct? 3-4.
2-4.
2-4. Yeah, 2-4. And I think East Forsyth is going to be the toughest challenge for Page, other than the Dudley game, and Page proved to be tough. But now, with all that over the head, I'm going with East Forsyth.
Okay, East Forsyth over Page. How about Southwest Guilford at Dudley? Southwest lost to Parkland. Dudley's had a week off to get ready.
I'm going to go with the Panthers. I think Dudley is going to bounce back.
Dudley to bounce back. Northeast Guilford at Northern Guilford.
Northeast.
Northeast to beat them. You saw Northeast in that first game at Eastern. How about Charlotte Christian, High Point Christian? Two unbeaten teams. Charlotte Christian's ranked number 1 in the state among all the teams. They're number 1 in the whole state. Charlotte Christian, a Christian school.
A Christian school, yeah. I know we've got to stick locally. I'm going to stick with High Point.
High Point for the upset. All right, with Dennis White tonight here at Kickback Jacks on Battleground on Football in Focus for a Thursday night. Rusty Lee's last day in office. He's the president over at Page. He's AD. Last day in office tomorrow. His last game tomorrow night. He's done. Rusty Lee.
Yeah, Rusty Lee is certainly, as you and I talked about, Joe, Sierra, we talked about it. Rusty has been the epitome of a great AD. You can't, his abilities to articulate our athletic program is phenomenal. He's gone over the top. I mean, and you hate that
would you equate him with Bret Hart, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be?
Bret Hart, your man, the wrestler.
Yes.
But and in closing real quick with Rusty, one of the things Rusty did with that program, he put the community into the program. He had a lot of great boosters, great sponsors. When you go to Page, it's probably one of the only stadiums you see all the sponsors on the fence.
Yeah.
And we put our banner right beside it. So that's big for Rusty Lee. He's going to miss it.
How about Minnesota Vikings at the LA Rams? Minnesota's 1-1. They got a tie. You got the Rams 3-0. Who wins that game tonight? Kirk Cousins versus Jared Goff.
The Rams is on fire.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Last question for you. Go back to Eastern Guilford question again. Last question for you. You heard us see. Teams picked up the forfeits against Page. You're Eastern Guilford. Would you have liked to gotten a win too that way, or do you want to beat them on the field? If you got the forfeit, you'd like to take that forfeit, you would be 5-0. Or would you like to really get weights and I don't want the forfeit, I'd rather get the win on the field. What do you think?
And I think that, the old saying at the end of the day, a win is a win. You would want it on the field, but anyway, a present come. If the present come by UPS or come on the trailway bus, as long as I get my present.
Yeah.
So I take my present anyway and get it.
Yeah, you got it.
And you had asked about the Kavanaugh hearing. I heard that earlier.
Yes,
That
Kavanaugh name.
Yeah, that didn't go a lot of my time today because I'm all into
the political scene.
And
we call it the political process in our political science class. Political process, yes.
And when you hear Dr. Ford allegations, and when you hear Kavanaugh, when you see the Senate Judiciary Committee on both sides, the questions today, how did Ford, I think she's very credible. I mean, her story, it's hard to make up a story that credible, and Kavanaugh was saying that it was all the Democrats putting a scam together, but Cory Booker came back and stated, how can we put a scam together make this a puppet, and she stated this in 2012 to her therapist. She stated in 2013 to her husband. She stated in 2009 or 10 to some other people. So it can't be a Democratic putting her as a puppet. She came forth as a citizen, and so I guess. And then you've seen Lindsey Graham of South Carolina come to Kavanaugh's rescue because they had him dead right, and he came to his rescue and got it very heated. But it's going to be one of those things on how this.
Do they still vote tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they're going to vote tomorrow.
Crazy. All this one day, all this.
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't
wait
think.
About a week.
Yeah, wait about a week.
Man,
And,
let the process play itself out.
Let it do. Absolutely right, because a lot of on both sides, it's not to me, it's not a Democrat or Republican thing. I think that this allegation have to take place because it's an allegation. And if it was you and I, it would still have to be an allegation. Sure. And because we're citizens, and you have to go through the due process, and you have to give everybody the same. But we can get on that political process another time. Always good talking with you.
Dennis White with us tonight. Kickback Jack on Battleground Football and Focus. We'll close saying thanks to Eastern Guilford Gentlemen tonight, Alex Gowda, Colin Smith, and also Justin Matthews, Joe Sierra, News and Record, Nathan White, Eastern Guilford, Dennis White, Don Moore. See you again next week. Kickback Jacks. Thank you, Billy Curry. Thank you, Miata, and also thank you to Mick and Adam and the entire crew. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Good night.